Hey everybody, it's noon on Saturday, which means that it is time for another Sporcle Saturday quiz. If you're new to the channel, what I do is each and every Saturday I head over to sporcle.com, which is an online quiz site, and I search for wrestling quizzes. I pull up one of the most popular. It's got to have, a decent number of plays, decent number, or decent, rating, user rating, like this one, for example, 4.2 out of 5. It's had 547,000 plays. So basically just like quality assurance type thing. Make sure that it's, doesn't have wrong information, basically. And yeah, so basically the reason I do this is one, it's my YouTube channel and I feel like it. I'm yours truly, Pat Dooley. I'm a commentator, I'm an announcer, I'm an interviewer. I've done work in creative, I do video editing, podcasting. Pretty much if it has anything to do with wrestling and doesn't involve getting hit with anything or having to take bumps, I'm your man. But one of my great passions is the history of wrestling. I love deep dives into the history of wrestling. I've got some videos coming up on that too. But one of the fun ways to kind of, test myself and learn new things is by just taking user-generated quizzes on Sporcle about wrestling. So I've been doing this. First time was May 6th. So this is, we're closing in on 6 months of Sporcle Saturdays now. I'm having a really good time with it. Last week was rough. I had to guess all 33 WWE Triple Crown winners. I got 28. Not terrible, but not the standard I like to hold myself to. This week, I think, is probably also going to be rough. It gives me 6 minutes to name all 54 World Heavyweight Champions. Now, this is the incarnation of the WWE title. Just, talking about history. After WWE bought WCW in 2001, they had both the WWE and WCW titles as active titles on their shows. In December of 2001, they merged the two to create an undisputed title. Chris Jericho was the first one to win that. And then in early 2003, they split the Raw brand, their Monday night show, and SmackDown, which was their Thursday night show, into two separate companies, essentially. They were all WWE. At the time, WWF, they were just about to change to WWE, or they had just changed. I can't remember the exact timing on that. But so there was a Raw roster and a SmackDown roster. And they decided that rather than having one world champion that bounces between the two shows, since Brock Lesnar, who was the current WWE champion, was on SmackDown, they would just create a new world title for Raw. And that title was given to Triple H, who's the guy in the picture here. He's also now currently the head of WWE Creative. I can't remember his exact job title. I'm sure it changed after the Endeavor merger. But the title lasted until 2013, when it was once again merged. Once they finally kind of threw in the towel on the whole brand split idea, the title was merged back into the WWE title, and there was one world champion again. That lasted another couple of years before they decided, no, we need to have a second world title. They brought in the Universal title. That's a whole different conversation. But that's why this quiz only covers from 2002 to 2013, is because that's how long this incarnation of the world title was in existence. So, anyway, a little bit of history out of the way. Let's go ahead and get into it. 6 minutes on the clock. I'm going to click play quiz. So obviously we know Triple H was the first. He had it 5 times. I think Shawn Michaels was the first to beat him for it. Goldberg won it. 2004, Benoit, Orton. I guess there's 3 for Orton. Okay, so in 2005, I usually try to do these relatively chronologically, but again, a big chunk of this is when I wasn't really watching that closely. So we're going to kind of jump around and then fill in. I know Booker T won it in 2006. This is the one. This is not the one that JBL had his insane run on, but Cena had it several times. Batista had it. He was the one that won in 2005. This is the one Rey Mysterio won. I think he beat Kurt Angle for it. Yeah. So that gives me, I'm already almost halfway there just from that handful of names. Punk had it. Edge had it. Alberto Del Rio had it. Trying to remember my Christian. Okay, so we're looking at 2007. Somebody beat Batista, lost to Edge. beat Edge, then lost to Batista. Edge and Batista kind of had a stranglehold on that title. Excuse me, for a couple years. Undertaker, I think. Yep, that was 3 of them. So who else? Was it Great Khali? Was it the 2007 one? Yeah. Okay, I got 14 more to go. Bray Wyatt. No, Bray Wyatt wasn't in before 2013. He's one that I always forget. Not that I forget the late great Bray Wyatt, but for whatever reason, his name escapes me when I'm doing these quizzes. Who did Edge? Edge went into WrestleMania 27 as the champion, which is the Mania I went to. Who did he beat to win it? Did Miz ever have this version of it? He didn't. He was the WWE champion going into that show. Orton, I've already guessed. Punk, I've already guessed. Kane, I think, yep. Kane, Edge. Swagger had it at one point in 2010. Trying to think of Money in the Bank winners. Dolph Ziggler. Yeah, he was the 2011 one. Okay. So somebody who beat Punk, then lost to Batista in 2008. Who beat Batista, then lost to Cena. And is it the same person? It's not RVD because he had the WWE title. Lashley, no, he was primarily ECW one. Umaga should have had it, but he never did. Same thing with Mr. Kennedy. I don't think either of the did either of the Hardys have it? Okay, Jeff did have it twice. 8 more. Man, the title changed hands a lot in 2011. And I feel like I should know. I'm also missing both 2012 title changes. Who did Del Rio beat in 2013? Huh. Sheamus probably had it in there somewhere. Yeah, he was one of them. Daniel Bryan was the one that Sheamus beat. Bryan, who did Bryan beat for it? Cashed in Money in the Bank. On Big Show? Yeah, okay. 4 more to go, 100 seconds to do it. So who beat Orton but lost it to Big Show? I don't think Lesnar ever did have it, no. Eddie never had it. Drew McIntyre never had it, did he? They didn't finally pull the trigger on his push till after he came back, and at that point the title was gone. 2 in 2008, 1 in 2010, 1 in 2011. Who was getting pushes as a top guy then that I haven't already guessed? Undertaker, Kane, Edge, Christian, Ziggler, Hardy, Cena. I've got all the usual suspects, so these must be weird. Kind of one-off. Michaels, Triple H. I'm gonna run out of time. Just give me one more. One more. I'm not gonna get it. Who did I miss? 3 out of the 4. And Mark Henry. The Hall of Pain run. I can't believe I forgot Jericho. Jericho would have got me to within 1 of getting all of them. How did I forget Jericho and Mark Henry? Come on. All right. Well, congratulations, Derek. I'd like to think that this was created by Jason Mantzoukas' character from The Good Place. I suspect it's not, but it was created by a prolific content creator. 700. I'm covering it up with my face. 770 created quizzes, 142.79 million plays across those 770. Over 500,000 on this one alone. So, obviously, Derek knows what they're doing. This is a fantastic quiz. Just the right level of historical knowledge will get you so far, but also it's such a kind of a weird niche point in history. Just this one title that lasted 11 years. Who had it? I love this kind of stuff. So, I got 93%. The average is 76. I will take that as long as I'm, above average Mike Sanders. I'm good. So yeah, I guess it's time for plugs next week. I didn't time this out great. I probably should have done it this week, since it's, Halloween week. But next week I will be doing a quiz called WWE Big Four Pay-Per-View Opponents of The Undertaker. Now I've already done this. Versions of this with Brock Lesnar, The Rock. I think I did a John Cena one. But in this case, I'm just naming people that Undertaker has wrestled at the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and the Survivor Series. That seems like it should be relatively easy, but a lot of times he was in Survivor Series matches, which would have 4 really random, I remember one year it was Jerry Lawler, Triple H, Crush, and I don't even remember who the 4th one is, but Undertaker beat them all. It was Mabel, because it was after he was coming back from the facial reconstruction after he broke his orbital bone. So that, that's 4 answers right there. He had, whatever, 25, 26 WrestleMania matches alone. It's going to be a challenge. I'm looking forward to it. We're closing in on the end of the year, so, only a handful left before the holidays, which is really exciting. I love the holidays. I'm a big Christmas guy. And a lot of, green in my wardrobe. This is a work shirt, but it's green. It's my vibe. Where you can catch me in person every Friday. Unfortunately, it's not streaming anywhere yet. The Southern Wrestling Federation in Tullahoma, Tennessee. I'm their ring announcer. They're each and every Friday night. Doors open at 6, bell time 8:05. Every Wednesday, I'm on Fight Plus for School of Morton's show called the Agoji series, which is a really cool gauntlet match style show. One guy starts. If he can win 4 matches in a row, he earns a title shot. If anybody beats him, then whoever wins the 4th match gets to start the next week, and they have to run the gauntlet. Pretty simple rules, but it makes for some really interesting storytelling. Really, really cool stuff in the Agoji series. Every other Sunday, they have a bi-weekly show called Revolution. I'm the play-by-play announcer for that. Also on the Agoji series. I don't know if I said what my role on Agoji is. I'm the play-by-play announcer on both of those shows. I also do podium interviews on Revolution. School of Morton also has a great show on their off Sundays. So Revolution is every other Sunday. The Sundays in between, they do a show called Uprising. I'm not on that show, but it's still really good. You should still check it out. But this week, which would normally be an Uprising week, they are instead doing a special event called Fright Night. The SOM heavyweight title is on the line in a 3-way street fight. James Anthony is defending against Blade Gibson and Nathan Cross. The East Tennessee title is on the line. It's Fright Night, so Draco is defending his title in a casket match against Hunter Wolf. The SOM tag team titles are on the line when Amish Country defend against the Extraordinary Gentlemen's Club in a match where the EGC's manager, Judas the Mad Hatter, will be locked in a shark cage at ringside, so he can't interfere. And the hybrid title is on the line. Evan Golden is defending against Santiago. Tons of great stuff coming up. On that show, I'm sure, there's going to be more than 4 matches. That's just all that's been announced so far as of the time of me recording this episode of Sporcle Saturday. But definitely check that out on Fight Plus Sunday. All the SOM shows are at 5:05 Eastern Time. All of the SOM shows are at 8:05 Central Time. And then, catch me here and there. Those are my regular shows, but I pick up once in a while. I try to announce those here as well. Starting January 6th, looks like the first Saturday of every month, I will be at TriStar Wrestling, doing some announcing for them as well. So those are all my plugs. If you want to book me, or if you just want to say hey, leave a comment below, or also my email address, my socials are all down below as well. Like the video, subscribe, all that fun YouTube-y stuff, whatever, the algorithm loves it. The more eyes I get on these videos, the more apt you are to see me on, instead of just Fridays and Sundays, maybe Wednesdays and Saturdays too. In the meantime, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.